Podcast. Today we are doing a little 2022, catch up. We're gonna talk to some other awesome creators, see how their year's been going so far, and then we're gonna dive into the future. And because man, Star Wars fans, we're eating well. It's only getting we only got more coming down the pipeline. It's been pretty crazy. So we'll get into it. Maybe you'll see something coming that you didn't know, or maybe we'll get you hype or I don't. Plus, we're just gonna chill with awesome people and y'all in the chat. So let's get started right here on the high ground. Alrighty, hello. How's it going, everyone?
Hello.
Woo. How's your guys'
Hi.
2022 been?
Hello.
It's been a few days. Yeah, it's been a few days.
What was it?
The most objective you can get.
The second or the fourth where Fallen Star came out, so it started off pretty rough. In a good way, though.
True. Yeah. Also, I just wanted to do a little shout out because of something that Kevin Scott posted on Twitter. Even if you're joking, let's not say mean things to any Star Wars authors. And I know I'm guilty of it. I hope I'm not being included in that. I did do a "How dare you" post with with Commander Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine going, "How dare you?"
That's good.
Bone. Love that.
That's
show.
good. That was pretty good, man. Damn.
I've never tried it before, and it hurt. But
that's fair.
I internalized all my pain.
Yeah, I just even though it's funny to us, and we know we're joking, and all the people in the High Republic community that's all just vibing knows we're joking. There's a lot of weird people in the Star Wars community, and I'm sure they get messages similar that aren't joking, and you can easily see how you could probably get those wires crossed. So just a little FYI to everyone to hopefully not do that. And you can easily see anyways, yeah, let's jump into it and get started. I'm going to go around and ask my beautiful and esteemed panel, who are you? Where can we find your amazing content? And here's the question: bang, kill, marry.
Oh Lord.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
No. Okay. So if you can either answer the Skywalker boys, right? Anakin, Luke, Kylo, or go with our Star Wars ladies. We got Leia, Padme, and Rey. But if that question makes y'all uncomfortable, you can pull an audible, and you have to answer who's the hottest non-human in Star Wars. You have to do one of the two. So
is that like just non-human species or non-humanoid?
Can they be human passing?
I'll let y'all take that however you want it. Also,
both.
Everyone in the chat, feel free to answer as well. I'm curious what your guys' thoughts, but I'm going to start off with Camilla. Oh, also, let us know if there's anything you want to hype up or talk about as well. But yeah, Camilla.
Like hype up as in terms of personal things or Star Wars things?
Yeah, I mean, either way. I'm asking, who are you? Where can we find your content? If you have something, I don't know, like a bake off or something like that you want to mention, feel free to. You don't have to, but.
Well, that's a nice little segue. So first off, hello everyone. My name is Camilla. You can find me on TikTok at @BuddyQuoWithE. It's on the screen as well. You can find me a couple places actually. So that's the first one. You also find me on one half of the wonderfully chaotic support group known as the Open Circle Fleet on TikTok. My co-host and better half, Beth at mara.j.skywalker, I believe is in the chat. And we go live on TikTok after Book of Boba Fett, directly following the episode, because sometimes we need support. And then also chaotic lives here and there. So find us on TikTok, Open Circle Fleet, and then I also have a Star Wars narrative podcast. It's called Beings of the Galaxy. And it tells the story of the different beings in the galaxy and how they are the heroes of their own story, the people in the background. And Chaco and Element I've had the pleasure of having them both on the podcast. So you can check out their episodes as well. Season 1 is now streaming. And season 2 coming sometime 2022. Beings of the Galaxy, find us on Instagram as well, Beings of the Galaxy Pod, and wherever pods are cast. Things that's a personal thing to promote. The questions, I'm gonna answer both.
Yeah, we got Beings of the Galaxy love in the chat.
Hey, Amber. I'm gonna answer both. So for the men, I was thinking about this all day. They're not all day, whenever you said the email. Okay, so Bang. I'm sorry. Anakin.
That's fair.
Kill Luke. Ooh, sorry. And I'd marry Ben. Because I love Ben.
There it is.
It's like I feel like he's a combination of all of them. Like all like Anakin, good stuff in Anakin, and good stuff in Luke. But yeah, I would not marry Anakin. But we would hang out a little bit. And then segue into the women. Bang Leia, kill Rey, and marry Padme. It's me. Who else am I gonna marry other than Padme?
Okay.
Well, okay, because we got a comment from Kiki in the chat. What about Chewbacca?
That's why I was like,
Lord
can we
have
answer all
mercy.
3 questions? Because the non-human one, it's Black Chrysanthemum. Duh.
There you go. Okay.
It's the only correct answer.
He's a big black Chewie if you're into.
Oh my
Anyways.
God! All right. Okay.
Anyways,
I don't know what
Black
that is,
Chewie or
by the
big
way.
black
I
man Chewie?
No.
What's going on?
God. Whoa. Wow.
He's got the drip. He looks good. He's got the eyes. I'm gonna stop talking.
He's got double the buckles too.
Yeah.
All right. It brightened my day. I appreciate it. No, it's amazing. No, it's great. I love it.
Yeah, no, we starting off spicy. How about you? Mace?
All right. Well, I gotta kill Anakin. Major red flag energy. For me personally, he gives me like Nate from Euphoria. Like if you've watched Euphoria, he gives me big Nate vibes. If anybody who's seen the show, I think he's trying, but it's like, nah, bro, I just get bad vibes from you. I can't share a bed with you, and I can't share a bed with you for the rest of my life either. So I'm gonna have to kill you. So I'm marrying Luke for obvious reasons. I'm surprised at you, Camilla. I'm a little sad by killing him. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was a bit hurt by that. Any particular reason why? Like, is he just boring? I get it. It's okay. But...
Superficially, he is the shortest out of the 3 of them.
Okay.
So first off there, so that's already like, and then I don't know. It's just I think we might be too like similar of a temperament. I don't know if we would balance each other out well. Wait, where did he go? Did I just?
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I love
fine.
Luke.
It's fine.
Of the 3 of them, he's
That's
gotta
very
go.
valid. It's very
I'm so
valid.
sorry.
Very valid. And I'd probably what was the other one? Ben. Yeah, I'd sleep with Ben. Yeah, probably sleep with him.
All right.
Those are 3 options. Yeah.
Those are 3 options. I mean, are you gonna do one for the ladies as well?
No? Sure. Padme, Leia, and Rey.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I had a crush on Natalie Portman as a kid. But but I feel like Leia would be an amazing like marriage partner. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like Leia would be like crazy good. Rey, no, yeah, I'd probably kill her too. Out of context, this sounds awful, by the way. Oh God, but no, I'd probably share a bed. I'm saying this as nice as I can. I'd probably share a bed and get intimate with Padme, and I'd probably marry Leia, and then I'd probably send Rey off to the sunset.
Wow.
I'm scared of elements, man. He's been pondering this for like the last 10 minutes now.
Oh no, I had my answer
Oh,
locked
God.
and chambered.
He's just been stewing.
Also, I just want to call Andy Schrant in the chat saying, "Bang Gonk Droid, marry Forlum, and marry R2."
Outstanding.
I love it. Also, man, thank you so much, to Paul. Thank you, Santon. But I always appreciate it with our unofficial sponsor for the ramen drop. Although he's making us sad about Celebration because there's been no announcements, and
Yeah,
if they are honoring all the old ticket, I don't know.
I have
We'll
no
see.
idea what's
We'll
happening
see.
there.
No news is good news. Let's just hold on to that.
True.
'Cause if they canceled it, they would have done it by now, maybe, right? I think so.
Or had a delay announcement or something.
That, yeah, at least that, yeah.
Yeah. We got friend of the channel here, Cal Forer, saying bang Ben, marry Luke, get rid of Anakin, and
Yeah.
marry Rey, and sadly Padme. Aw. It's just interesting because everyone's it's so varied. We're all so varied, so it's interesting. But yeah, Pep. Well, what do you got?
So yes, I'm Pep, also known as Element 7. You can follow me on TikTok _Element7__gang. I am one half of the Dyad, and Dyad in the Forces every Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific. Camilla's going to be on this week with Xanthi to discuss Phase 1 of the High Republic in its entirety.
Ooh, fun.
So look forward to that. All right, so I'm gonna call an audible, like you said. I'm gonna treat this like, I'm gonna treat this as a collective pool of participants. So I'm gonna kill all the Skywalker boys.
Fair,
hero
I guess.
hero of the galaxy.
Yeah.
They are messy. That's fair. They are pretty messy.
I'm gonna kill all the Skywalker boys. I'm gonna bang Leia and Padme. I'm gonna marry Rey.
Oh, okay.
Because
All
no
right.
one said anything about like you can only choose one, right? So
Good job, man.
Way to just break my game, and I love because I know he instantly first thought was like broken.
yep.
He was
can
handed
answer
his
the second
cards and
question
he-
too. I can answer the second question too. The hottest non-humans in my mind are Lorna D and Orla Jareni.
Okay.
The second one. Do you have a picture of the second one? Off
Yeah,
the
she's
top
in a
of my-
couple of the comics.
Okay, let me look her up. Actually, how you say her name?
How do you say it? Or
Yeah, like I mean, spell
one?
it. I mean,
Orla or Lorna?
the
Here's
second one. He said,
Oop. Nope.
that's her chest. Oh my
But it
God!
is-
See,
it wasn't
I'm-
it wasn't her chest at one point. Okay, here we go.
what is going? Oh, she's pretty. In a happy Halloween sort of way. My man. Oh, Arlani.
no, not
she's-
Orlani. It's Orla.
Oh no, I was complete. I'm just ignore me. I'm sorry.
I'd throw Orlani in there too.
I would throw her into that ring. I mean, personally, Eli Vanto. Let me stop. I'm just, anyway.
All right. So for myself, and definitely, obviously, I'm going with Chaco. If you're here, you probably know who I am. But definitely check out Diet in the Force if you haven't yet, or if you're available, because it is going to be awesome. Camilla's going to be back at it with Xanthi, and it'll be. We all have a good time just hanging out. And thank you for Camilla for being able to do double duty. Always
Happy
appreciate
to.
it.
Thanks for asking me. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So for me, I gotta go with I'm banging Ray, marrying Padme. Because Leia's not gonna put up with my crap. I already know it. Like I feel like, yeah. She's just way above me and knows it and will make sure I know it. Type of deal.
Fair.
That's how I feel.
That's kind of why I answered mine the way I did.
See, I picked Leia because she didn't have time for my bullshit. I was like, nah, man, like she'll fix me. Like she can fix me.
It is not her job to fix you.
That's true. But I want
not rehab.
I want her to help heal me, and I feel like she would be the best character to do that.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Art's
yeah.
playing.
Okay. All right, that's fair. If I'm doing Skywalker Boys, it's I gotta marry Luke and banging Ben. It feels so weird to say that. I don't know. Maybe that's mostly because of Miss Aggie's TikToks. But yeah, and then we gotta get rid of that Anakin guy. I don't know. That's just how I'm feeling.
Red flags.
That's why you don't marry him.
I had a bad
It's good for
dream,
other
so
uses.
I had a bad dream, so I'm going to overthrow the government. Yeah, okay, buddy. Yeah, okay. Anyway.
But you gotta admire a guy that can do it, though.
Really? Huh? Okay.
Yeah. So we got Kiki in the chat. I'm marrying Leia. That's some chaotic, organized energy I need. Yeah. And Jedi Smart, bang Chopper for the bragging rights.
Bro, Chopper, let me stop. No, I'm not even gonna bring that up. Nope. Chopper.
I already know where you're going, and I don't like
Chopper. Yeah. Chopper.
I'm surprised nobody's mentioned L3.
Oh yeah, L3
as part of the Falcon or before.
Oh my god!
And as in her corporeal droid form.
So when you say that, my mind goes straight to the weird robots with Wookiee arms from Last Shot. Oh my god, terrifying. No, I gotta. But the no, man, I'm going down some weird places. Going down some weird places. Anyways,
bro, I'm just enjoying the show. I love it. It's therapeutic.
You can answer the second question.
Oh yeah. Second question for me, I'm gonna go with I gotta go with my big blue lady, my Aralani, at my Admiral stepmom,
Yeah.
I didn't go with Saba.
Saba I have respect for. And if I'm going Legends, I gotta go with my girl Jaina as my queen there. Saba 17 is a big lizard, and I don't even know how that would work. It makes me uncomfortable to think about. We have Travis in the chat. Thank you so much for the $4.99 ramen drop. Bang Leia, bang Padme, bang Cara Dune,
Travis.
bang Twilight Chick,
Bang everybody.
Which one? Which Twi'lek chick?
Wait, bang Twi'lek chick, kill Twi'lek chick. It's the same one.
Can
you bang and kill in the same sequence?
What is happening?
In the same sequence. No.
Y'all okay?
We're asking the important questions.
Yeah, all right. So to jump into it, 2022 is just started. We're 20 days into the year. 19 days into the year.
Damn.
What was the best thing to come out of 2021 in the world of Star Wars? Well, what are you guys really enjoying that happened last year that we can bring forward? Oh,
The
also,
entirety.
I got to shout out Aunt Remedina. Can I marry Geode? Strong silent type.
Mhm.
Like a rock. And we found out recently that Geode knows what he's doing. He's like, oh man, Geode's on the prowl again. Like he's out there talking to ladies, doing his thing. Yeah, Geode's got game.
He's a great listener. Take like more people should take notes from Geo. He's a great listener, you know.
I mean, I'll jump in right away. I think the best thing to come out of 2021 was the High Republic era, hands down.
I agree.
We got a lot. We got a lot in 2021. I mean, but just like holistically, the whole year it's just been delivering and just hit after hit with the High Republic, and I've enjoyed. It's my favorite era in canon.
It's hard to believe it's only been a year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did Light of the Jedi come out at the beginning of last year?
It did.
Bro, I'll never forget. I was driving to work and I listened to the audiobook. Audiobooks like help me kind of get into it more so than like physically reading. So I was reading I think I told Chaco this. I might have told Element too. I was halfway to work and I was listening to it. And the first opening chapter, the beginning of it at least, I was like, okay, this is sweet. It's setting up like the galaxy. This is sweet. And like, spoilers for anybody who hasn't read Light of the Jedi, but like then people just start dying. And I'm like, hold on. Whoa, what is going on? Like, it's like, yeah, this POV person, yeah, they're dead now. I'm like, bro. I started getting nervous. I was like, bro, is something terrible happening? I was sucked in immediately. It was a great way. A lot of people are kind of mixed on the High Republic, is like but starting with the Light of the Jedi, because they said they felt like it felt like too much stuff was happening or too many characters to follow. But I liked it because of that. It kind of threw you into the story. It kind of gave you a scenario where like you understand what's happening while everything is happening, and so you're like, okay, so that these Jedi, like, they're not like the Jedi that we see in the Phantom Menace, like all of this stuff, and like Avar Chris, who is the what's his name, Loden's
Loden Greatstorm.
Loden Great. Oh my god, what a name! I love that name. It's amazing. Yeah. But no, like it sucked me in immediately. And it made me a big fan like early on. I'm not gonna lie, I fell off towards the end. I'm not gonna lie, I need to go back and catch up. I need to catch up on a lot of my Star Wars reading, but I was very impressed with what I've read so far.
Yeah.
It was the big set piece to set the tone for the entire era. So it was understandable that a lot of things were happening in it.
Yeah. Real quick, I gotta shout this out. And by the way, thank you so much for the $10 ramen drop. The Rogues will not forget your decision, Chaco. Well, as
Rogues
we say,
money to threaten you.
As we say, as part of the council, seize him. They're on their way to your home. And I hope
I'm not gonna let that happen.
What do you have? Just the non-existent Grey Jedi.
The Lord Keepers, Wayseekers, the non-existent Grey Jedi, and the Sisterhood.
Emphasis on the non-existent. Sorry, that was it.
It's a knee-jerk reaction. Yep,
they're not real, sweetie. I'm just kidding.
Y'all belong in Horny Jail. Me. And also someone who belongs there.
I was asked this question. I was sandbagged. They were like, all right, if you're going to be on the show, you got to ask, like, who would you be? I'm like, look, man, this is backing me into a corner. I'll answer, though. But happily, actually.
I mean, Star Wars fans are truly the thirstiest. I don't know what it is, but I don't know what it is about this past year. I feel like it all started with Mando, that, like, it has just awoken something in the Star Wars fandom. And it was just going strong.
Okay, what happened is that quarantine happened and all of us got weirder. Like,
yeah,
when you're not out in the world, like having to look cool, and you're in the privacy of your home, and you can get weird, and you're like, you're weird too. And then I feel like
Let's be weird.
Yeah, I think
I just, you know,
I think last year was the consequence of 2020. Like that was us dealing with the fallout of 2020. We kind of experienced it towards the end of 2020, but 2021 is what happens when everybody is chronically inside for 12 months. 2021 is what happens when that happens. So that's what we saw last year.
The
yeah.
council's delusional.
I'm a rogue, so yeah. And it's funny because TikTok took that video down when I announced it. I guess TikTok wasn't happy with me bending the status quo. I guess they were kind of taken off guard by that. Wouldn't be surprised if a ban comes soon. Let me stop. I'm not speaking that into existence.
The delusion of the council is that you think the secrets are secrets. They're not secrets.
Very profound.
I don't. I felt like feels very Jurassic Park. You thought you were in control. Yeah.
Well, let me amend my answer. I think 2021 also with the High Republic has just been a great year for publishing. Just the books and comics.
Yeah,
it's been a phenomenal year for publishing, and the absolute best. So that's the other thing is they've planned this publishing initiative for a long time, and all of a sudden everyone is stuck indoors and just craving content, and this was like the perfect time. And I think it's exploding. We're just going to keep on this trajectory forever. But yeah, what about you, Camilla? What's the best thing coming out of 2021?
It's definitely the High Republic for sure. And I say that coming from the perspective of somebody who, again, was like, is one of my marketing tools to get people into the High Republic is for people who didn't get to grow up with Star Wars, didn't get to grow up with the Clone Wars, and like don't have their Star Wars that they are like, I got it in the ground floor of this, and like in 10 years I look back and this was a part of my life, and I am and was that person. But then the High Republic started and I was like, oh my gosh, this is something that this is like my Star Wars that I get to get in on the ground floor of and like really connect with these characters at the beginning, and like we're all on a level playing field. It's not like, oh, I'm watching the Clone Wars and people are like, oh, this ending hits different because it's like my childhood is coming to an ending when I'm like, man, I started the show 2 months ago, so it hits different. So that's why it's like that's one of the things that I love about the High Republic is that ability to get in the ground floor of it. And then also I think that the way that it just like it strips down the Jedi Order, I feel like in a way that we haven't seen, and the teaching specifically of the Jedi Order. Like I feel like I have a better understanding of the teachings of the Jedi Order because it feels like the High Republic Jedi are just better at teaching the way that the writers do it. They just do a really good job of teaching readers what it means to be a Jedi. Like I'm realizing that I never had a strong understanding of what it meant to be a true Jedi until reading the High Republic books, and it's just wildly refreshing because like the prequel trilogy is just such a tragedy all the time and everything is just so sad. So it's nice to like see the Jedi like dealing with their emotions and like wrestling with that and still striving for the light and like constantly looking for the Force and learning the lessons that in that way I think has been like really, really refreshing and yeah, and that's definitely one of the reasons. And just all of the incredible characters and the representation that we've gotten in the High Republic has been so powerful and amazing, and it's incredible. I love it.
One of the reasons why it comes off so well is because the Jedi that we know from the originals and the prequels, the conflict therein is so pervasive that the only Padawan that we're truly like going on a journey with is Ahsoka, but she's in the middle of the conflict too, so there's like no learning moments. Whereas in this, they're in conflict, but they have time to sit back and just kind of like we have books and stories centered around Padawans. So the best way to learn about the Jedi Order and their teachings and the Force is to learn with those Padawans, and that's what I appreciate about these stories.
Yeah, it's like trying to learn how to, I don't know, sail a ship, but like the whole movie is like the ship is sinking, and you're like, this is not the time to learn it. You know, if you're watching Revenge of the Sith, Attack of the Clones, or any of the Clone Wars, you are in a 3.5 year window of utter catastrophe. And the only thing that ever show you like Jedi as they're more representative how they should be is the Phantom Menace, which is so separated from what's happening. You're on a specific mission, you know. So yeah, I fully agree. Also, I gotta shout out both Star Wars Visions and Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Bad Batch was not my favorite thing to come out, but I
Mhm.
feel like the community that grew out of the Bad Batch was just like phenomenal, and you're just like,
Yeah.
you know, and Visions just gave me a bunch of stuff I never thought I'd ever see in Star Wars. And
Never thought you'd want.
oh no, I wanted it.
Well, I mean, okay, so like, you know,
But no, the Tatooine Rhapsody was not something that ever came to mind, and it happened, and I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah,
I-
but
I
as
went-
soon
I
as it
went all
did
in.
happen, I was like, oh my god, like why haven't we gotten a Star Wars, like legitimate Star Wars like rock band story? Like, oh my god, that totally has to happen in a galaxy far, far away, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Star Wars Visions, I think, revived because like there was like a period, like a couple month period where like I wasn't as I know this is blasphemy to say, but like I wasn't like as enthusiastic about Star Wars for a couple months. It was like right after Bad Batch ended up until around late August, early September. And I remember when Star Wars Visions came out, I was like, oh my god, like none of it's canon, but like I don't care. Like like this is really, really cool. And like each of the episodes, I mean, what's it called? The Village Bride made me cry. I remember watching The Village
too.
Bride, and I was like, bro, this is one of the greatest animated stories I think I've ever seen. Like, and like just the emotion in a 25-minute episode that we may never see the character again afterwards. So I remember walking away from Star Wars Visions and going like that was really, really nice. And I hope they do more stuff like that in the future, which I mean, based on the reception, it sounds like they probably will. Probably.
yeah, it was one of those things where you were kind of like, before they announced it, it was just like, Star Wars, a Star Wars anime would be cool. And then they announced Visions, and you're like, okay, it's something
Yeah.
that can happen. And then we
Yeah.
got Visions, and you're like, now we just need more of this stuff. I need to know what happens next in Lapa No Cho, because
Oh, me too.
that was a great story, and it didn't really end. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that I want more of the most. Is
Mhm.
like going at first I was like, I love the Ninth Jedi, and I think the Ninth Jedi is definitely the most cinematic, but La Pinocho, the way that La Pinocho, I'm just like, what happened between these two sisters to get them to the point where they're on these opposite sides? Like, what happens next? Does she stay with this empire, or does her sister come and get her? The whole like Rey parallels with inheritances has nothing to do with blood and all of that. The like La Pinocho, I think, slowly became. I flip. I'm like, my top three are like Village Bride, Ninth Jedi, and La Pinocho, but I can't tell you which one is number one because they're all changing based on when I watch them.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, we gotta appreciate our, you know, the. Because we just assume, I don't know if you guys felt the same. Let's assume the dad was going to be the bad guy. Like he's just going to be a total like dick the entire time. And it was like, okay, we're going to do this old story, but it wasn't that
That's the way it was
story.
drawn.
he was drawn, yeah, to be very menacing, but it was very much. Also, it never focused on what people were doing that was wrong. It was never like, you are wrong for doing this, because they were just on different sides of the conflict and believed very passionately about it. I don't know, it was a refreshing story. I yeah, definitely want to see more. Speaking of music in space, I'm almost glad that that Shaylee couldn't make it, because I know she would have to say something about, you know, Max Rebo and getting some story.
Thank God.
Yeah.
She needs like sanctions put on her on Twitter, man. Oh my gosh, she cannot be stopped.
I don't think she should be.
It's
Let her loose.
it's wild, and you're like, we're here, okay. I love it. I love it.
It's the Max Rebo, but that was the end of it for me. I was like, look, you can. Max Rebo's fine. He's cool. I like him. I was even a fan of like I was a stan for like having two legs, like people like only two limbs. Like But when she came out with the Max Reed bussy, I was like, every day we stray further from the light. Why us, Lord? Why?
God.
It's because the path of the path to the dark is a deliberate one.
Indeed.
It's not a series of bad days, right? We choose the light over and over again. That's the path of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Palpatine put his whole
Oh no! What? Anyway,
Palpatine put his whole Shivussy into
No.
putting I know. I didn't. That's why I hesitated.
I know. Somebody did
Palpatine took the
Chewbacca,
shiv
and I'm
to a
not going to
slit?
repeat
What?
it. But I don't remember what it was. But somebody did it with Chewbacca. No,
Oh.
Vanessa.
Oh,
We keep fighting for our place in heaven. Pretty much. That's
yeah,
why we
no,
choose the
that's
light over and over again.
that's why God stays in heaven. He's
How?
become fearful
No.
of
No.
The Spy Kids quote.
What? Oh,
Tell Vanessa to stop. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. I gasped. I was like, oh, nope.
All right, so so 2021 was a banger year. This year started, and this, technically last year brought us the first episode of Book of Boba, but we're right in the middle of it. I think I saw that Josh hasn't caught up, hasn't seen episode 4, so I'm not going to talk about that.
Sorry,
All right.
guys.
No
Been a
worries,
long
it's
day at
all
work.
it's
You've
it's
seen
all
up to 3,
good.
though?
Huh?
You've seen up to 3 though, or
Yeah, I have seen episode 3.
okay?
Yeah. I was gonna do a reaction to it, but I don't have the energy to do one tonight. I might do it tomorrow. I'll probably try and do it tomorrow.
But yeah, I want to see what has you guys excited that we have coming down the pipeline. Like, we have the stuff that's happening right now, right? So a Book of Boba Fett, and we also got 2 of the releases from the High Republic that just dropped. How do you guys feel about right now in Star Wars? We also had a couple episodes of or not episodes, but a couple comic issues that dropped that I haven't read. Leave me alone.
Which ones?
The ones that came out yesterday.
Oh, High Republic 13.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah,
haven't
I
read
read
it
it to
yet.
prepare for this.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry you read it. It's great. Also, shout out to Paul. I see we're on High Ground After Dark. That wasn't my intent, but I feel like it. Yeah, we're a little saucy tonight. We're sassy old.
You're the one that brought up Max.
Max. I feel like we were thinking it. Maybe it was just me. Anyways,
It was just you.
what we have right now and what we have coming down the pipeline. I have Hontox first in the chat calling out Queen's Hope and Brotherhood. Also, congratulations to Hontox first. Just hit 1,000 on YouTube. So awesome job, dude. You deserve it. And but yeah, what do you guys think about what's happening right now with Book of Boba and any High Republic stuff that's been dropping or any of the current comics?
I'm going to jump in really quick because I realized that it didn't promote the Bake Off thing that you told me to promote at the beginning of this episode. So something that's happening right now that I think is really cool that everybody should check out is the fact that the Bake Off, Galactic Spectacular Bake Off issue dropped today, written by Danny Jose Older and Vita Ayala, I believe is how you pronounce her last name. And to celebrate the Bake Off, some fun TikTok creators got together and did some baking, and you can find that I posted that earlier today. Check out different treats from across the galaxy. We have the Mystery of Yoda Sugar Leaf, and the which is Peps, and then we have the Agent Kloss packets, right? Moss Kloss
Ooh, I
packets?
like that one.
Agent Kloss Moss Pockets.
I like the Moss Claws pockets though.
Moss Kloss packets. So, but anyway, so I wanted to promote that really quick because a lot of awesome people baked things, and they all look delicious. And I wish I could be eating them all.
Yeah, my wife was actually super stoked on it. Basically, mine is it's a matcha tiramisu, and it was very tasty.
Yeah, it was a sugar cookie.
Yeah.
I am going to post either later tonight or tomorrow, like the baking process that I captured. So
I tried
it
to
was a lot of
capture,
fun.
and I ruined mine and had to call several audibles along the way. So I don't have much footage to share unless you want to see me throwing like just burnt brownies into the trash or whatever.
Hey, content, you know.
True. But yeah, Camille, what else has you excited other than just that the issue?
So many things have me so excited for 2022. It was already mentioned, but books wise, I mean, Queen's Hope. Cannot wait for Queen's Hope. I am so excited I'm going to do like a Padme binge to prepare for that book, and I can't wait. And so everybody pre-order your copies of Queen's Hope if you haven't already. You can get a signed copy from Old Firehouse Books in Colorado, pre-ordered from E.K. Johnston. And then Brotherhood, also so insanely excited for that, to see, like, learn more about Anakin and Obi-Wan's brotherhood. For the title of the book, and then TV, a lot of like really great TV stuff. I cannot wait for the Bad Batch season 2. We mentioned it earlier about like one of the greatest things, coolest, best things that came out of 2021, and I just like have thinking about it a lot lately, and I really miss it, and so I'm very, very excited for that. I think, and then obviously Obi-Wan Kenobi too. I think those are my two most anticipated TV projects of this year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you also see on the list, I included Visions, because we're actually getting some pretty heavy rumors of Visions season 2 of a season 2 of it dropping this year.
Interesting.
Now, whether or not it'll be all new content or some of them will be continuations, we don't know. And I also included the Acolyte. We don't know anything about its release date, but we do know that it wrapped in August of 2021. So, timeline wise, I suppose it's possible. Maybe it's gonna push, or we don't know. But yeah, we will. We'll
I just know that, you know, this year something happened here with me, or you. I'm getting a.
Oh, I thought it was me.
Yeah, I thought it was me too.
What happened? Okay.
So I think this year is just going to continue the trend for publishing for sure. Lots of books announced. High Republic's going to continue. I think there's going to be a small little hiatus until phase 2 starts, right? And then it's going back in time, which is exciting to say the least. I think this is going to be their plan. They're going to go back in time and then it's going to be original, prequel, sequel, and then they're going to keep on doing that until they reach the High Republic. So the books and comics are just going to keep rocking and into 2023. And I think for the shows, there's so much to look forward to. I think Andor is also possibly gonna be this year.
Yeah.
But I think my most anticipated projects that could possibly, well, Obi-Wan's gonna come out this year, but also Ahsoka, like, and possibly a Bo-Katan show. I know it's rumors.
Yeah, I did hear about the rumors about Bo-Katan.
I just think that they're kind of gonna round out this Mandalorian like zeitgeist that's happening right now, and I feel like there's a lot of stories to be told there with Corky, and especially with Corky. Hello, Julia, if you just showed up. And with Bo-Katan, like with the Purge and everything, because we don't know what happened specifically. Where were the Mandalorians when that happened? Because we only saw what happened on Aquatina with Din. So just more Mandalorian lore is welcome. I know there's some like reticence with, do we need another like spin-off show for another character from Mandalorian? But like, I feel like if they're gonna create this this time period in the shows, then they should expand horizontally with it. And so we have like Din and Grogu with the Mandalorian. We have Ahsoka for that side with the Force and stuff, and then we have Boba Fett for the bounty hunters, and then we have Bo-Katan and also some Din with the Mandalorian lore. So it's just it's a smorgasbord of all different things for different fans. So if you're a fan of the Mandalorians, you're gonna get that with Din and possibly Bo-Katan. If you're a fan of the Force and Jedi and stuff like that and the lore, Ahsoka and Kenobi. And then you have Andor with like the Republic, the rebellion stuff.
Mhm.
And then just there's something for everybody, really. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I
go
was
ahead.
going to say, I love you mentioning like a Bo-Katan show because it makes me want Bryce Dallas Howard to be EPing it the way that Deborah Chow is EPing Obi-Wan Kenobi, because it's like Bryce Dallas Howard has done 2 seasons of Mando, is doing Boba, and it just feels like they've been training, like she's been training in this world to eventually get her own Star Wars show, and it would make sense for it to be Bo-Katan.
Shout out to Discount Bo-Katan.
Yeah, Discount Bo-Katan. Run into Disney HQ right now to offer my soul in exchange for being in the flashback scenes.
She is a discount Katie Sackhoff, just like full stop. So you can do it.
Yeah, and Discount Bo-Katan was on last week, sharing her acting expertise as we talked about Star Wars fan film. So if you haven't seen it, check that one out. Super fun. We have let's see, Beth in the chat saying, "Who doesn't want Katie Sackhoff to have her own show?" That's my question. Which is very true. More than that, I just want. I want Beth to write a book about just Mandalorian law. Like, I feel like she could write just a full-on, like, I would read, it'd be just a legal document. I'd still read it,
Yep.
Library of Congress. Right.
Library of
the Sindari.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. So let's jump into the world of gaming, because even if you aren't a big gamer here in the chat, I feel like everyone has got to, like, at some rate, be interested in. Well, actually, first, before I do that, I do have to shout out Xanatos. Thank you so much for the super chat, the $10 ramen shot. Kenobi and Vision Season 2 can't come soon enough. And yeah, both of those, especially Kenobi coming up. I'm actually been rereading the Kenobi John Jackson Miller book. Because, well, it's just a good book. And if you also want to dive into Tuscan culture, it's Legends, obviously, but it is a good one. Like, it is like a third of the book is through the eye of a Yark. And yeah, it's good stuff. Anyways, yeah, I even if you don't play games, the new Star Wars Lego game seems like it has something for everyone. It's got flight mechanics. It's got like new cover mechanics for like shooting things. You can play as there's like 68 different characters. You can play through any of the saga in any order, and I don't know, it just looks like fun. We also have Star Wars Hunters. That game is going to be coming out this year. It's gotten pushed around a couple times as well, but yeah, should be coming out this year. We're still waiting on announcements for Jedi Fallen Order 2, as well as the open world game from Ubisoft that is coming from the people who made The Division.
Yeah, they still haven't announced what that is either, though.
Haven't announced that, so that's probably in the future. I still wanted to mention it because I'm still excited. But yeah, what do you guys think?
There's again, with everything that's coming out with the books and the TV shows, there's something for everybody. Like Hunters, I don't know if I'm like super excited for it because it's not like something that I typically play. But I probably wouldn't have played Lego Star Wars either. But that's gonna be my first Lego game.
Same.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And the Kotor remake, I'm hoping like just like this much that they're canonizing a little bit. And if they do, what are they going to do to canonize it? But most likely it's going to be a Legends kind of remaster of a sort. Or well, it's not like a remaster; it's a remake. So they have the room to change things up to see to for whether or not they want to canonize it, and if they do, is Revan and Bastila going to be the dyad in canon they that they saw that was generations removed from Rey and Ben? But aside from these games, I'm looking forward to Fallen Order 2. I think Fallen Order was just probably the best Star Wars game we've gotten in a long time. I put it up there with KOTOR. And I'm just looking forward to more Marin and Cal.
Yeah, definitely. Mary's not human. I could pick that, right? Uh,
Technically, no. I mean, she's a Night Sister. I mean, I don't know if that would classify as. No, she's Death and Mirren, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
okay, so yeah, that wouldn't classify as human. Just human, like a human. I'm surprised. I'm surprised you guys haven't played any of the Lego games before, because with like before I got into Star Wars, like I played Lego Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of how I got familiar with what Star Wars was. I was playing it at a friend's house before like a football game, and like I was like, "What is this? Like, who are these guys? Like lightsabers coming out? It's pretty cool." Like Dark Vader, I said as a 7-year-old. That's how I became familiar with the franchise. So this coming back around, like this game coming out hopefully this year. The thing's been delayed since the dawn of time, but I do hope and I believe that it'll be like almost a return to the true roots of my love for the franchise. So I'm really looking forward to that one.
It just wasn't like like the type of games that I was playing growing up.
Right.
Because like my favorite game of all time is Chrono Trigger, and I was all about the JRPG. I was all about RPGs and like story driven games. And the only kind of like smash 'em ups that I would play would be like, Streets of Rage, Fighting Force, and then like Marvel Ultimate Alliance. But like I never really.
That's a good one.
Like the only like Lego that I've played was like the Lego games that my nephews would be playing, and I'm just like, oh, what is this? What is that? I'm just kind of like hanging out with them.
I got straight up called a liar because I said that in a TikTok, and they're like, "Lie! There's no way on earth that you've been able to make it this far and never play a Lego game."
It's
I'm
impressive. I applaud you guys. It's unironically impressive. Good for you.
I also
You guys are in for a treat when it comes out. Then
we'll be streaming it for sure.
Absolutely.
I got a super chat from Star Wars Lawyer. Here comes the general
and his right hand man.
Oh man,
that's interesting. Yeah,
I kind of miss.
Let's co-stream Lego Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm down. I was gonna say I kind of miss having Josh do his musical content. If you guys don't already follow him, which you should, he's amazing. He's beautiful voice. Didn't
Thank you.
I feel like I made a request and I don't think you did it.
Did you? Did it?
Huh?
Sometimes pirates, right?
Oh
Sometimes.
no! I his because of the tonal quality of your voice, I need to hear you sing "Isn't She Lovely." I just feel like you would absolutely body that song.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind, man. When's your birthday?
September 25th.
Oh shit! Never mind.
It's
Half birthday.
You should have said today.
Damn.
Speaking of pirates, it's almost like the year anniversary. It's coming up on the year anniversary when that shit
That's
happened.
true.
No,
That
pretty
is
funny.
very true.
That scared the shit out of me. I was like, oh my god. Jeez. It was about around this time on the 29th of January. I was doing a live stream, and I think Chaco came into my stream. And
I
he
was
like,
in it.
Hey, what's going on, man? I was like, did I get like banned or something? And you're like, bro, like, didn't you have like 100,000? I was like, yeah, you have like 200. I was like, what? What? That was I'm not gonna lie, that was a great week. my God. And it was very depressing when it inevitably went away. I was like, no. I fell hard, man. I was like,
Yeah, and my stupid ass, I thought like, oh, TikTok's broken. I'm gonna go live and wait and see if I get 800 people and I didn't. So,
You got 6, right? I think you got 6 people that
let's see. You got Travis. An online Star Wars Monopoly would be sick. I actually feel like they could. There should be an outlet for more like direct board games online that you play with people.
that's weird.
Not only that, but like something super simple. Well, I can't say it would be super simple, but there's the Star Wars game that's like, it's not a tabletop RPG. Like you get little board pieces and there's actual missions and you have characters that you move along the board. And I could totally see that being an online multiplayer strategy game like XCOM, and telling a story. And I think like that type of game would be amazing. But
if you guys, speaking of which, if you guys are into XCOM, the strategy game, XCOM 2's mods, where you can like their mods are very impressive. You could run around literally as clone troopers with their weapons, and I'm not even joking. Like you can convert the enemies.
Damn, these bots are crazy right now. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh my God! I just looked over here. Jesus.
Whoa.
Goodness, calm down, love face. Damn. But not like the XCOM 2 mods are insane for Star Wars. I suggest you guys look those up.
Just so you know,
investment game. Interesting.
Love Face
shout
is
out
not
to
an
that.
official sponsor of the channel. Just
Gotcha.
so you guys know.
Could have fooled me, man. I thought this was rated M for mature.
It's high ground after dark.
They knew.
That's true.
Really quickly, I want to shout out Mara J or Beth for the Banking Clan investment game. I'd play that too.
Me too.
Oh yeah.
I'd seriously
Stop
play
laughing,
that.
Camilla. You know you'd play it.
I would. I'm laughing because I'm just like, who do you play? You're playing as Clovis, right?
You play against Clovis.
You play
Like if you lose, Clovis wins. You know what I mean? Like, and there's an option that's like just punch him in the face.
Yeah.
it's has that Mass Effect thing where it's just like, yeah, should you punch him now? Can you?
Yeah. Yo, Anakin was like mad renegade playthrough when he fought Clovis. He's like, "You want to fight me like a man?" Renegade. God, Anakin's life really is renegade option, isn't it? Jesus, he's literally Commander Shepard with the scars and stuff. Like, I should go.
I mean, I'm straight up now just going to make that TikTok is like just show clips from Clone Wars and then have the renegade option pop up.
Oh, dude, please, no, please. That would be amazing.
Oh my god.
How about you, Camilla? Do you ever play any games or have any interest in it?
I don't have any. The only consoles I have the Wii and the GameCube, and that is it. So therefore I don't play games, but not for a lack of want. I wish I had. One day I will invest in the platforms to be able to play. I have watched the gameplays, like I've watched the game movie of Fallen Order, just for purely being able to be in the know, because I'm competitive like that. But I do have the Clone Wars for the Wii. I haven't played it yet, but I look forward to one day breaking that open. But aside from that, no, I would love to be more of a gamer. I am not, unfortunately.
Nothing wrong with that. All right, did you guys have any interest in Star Wars Legends, like the older content? Because this year alone, we have they've been re-releasing the Legends collection. So we have Bane Dynasty of Evil, which is the final book in the Bane trilogy. Yes, Rule of Two, the second one. Gotcha. Plagueis is being re-released. Kenobi re-release. Wedge's Gamble and the Krytos Trap, the second and third book in the X-Wing series. Darth Maul Shadow Hunter and Death Troopers.
That's a classic. Cult
personally, I absolutely hate Death Troopers so much, but I'm not a zombie guy. It's But if you want a legend stories about zombies out running amok on a derelict Star Destroyer, that's a book for you.
It's certainly a book about a story. Say something nice about it. It is a Star Wars book written by a person.
I definitely read the Bane trilogy for sure. Plagueis, like that's like required reading for Legends.
I agree.
But for me, Legends is kind of like one of those things that's like on the shelf that when I'm done trying to keep up with canon, that's when I can go back and kind of just
Really
chill with Legends.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because like that's what I don't like. That's what people don't get. Like whenever you look on Twitter and it's like, oh, you're one of those. I'm like, bro, no, I'm with you. That story is metal as hell. I agree with you. I love that story, but it objectively did not happen in this timeline. Like, how is that like dismissing it as bad? That's like the big disconnect there, where people are like, well, why does it have to be like canon? Nobody said it had to be canon for you to enjoy it. None of Visions is canon, and we spent 2 months talking about it.
Yeah.
What exactly was the problem, man? You know, so like, you know, like
yeah, we have to like reiterate time and time again when especially for Chaco and I, when we're talking about lore, we emphasize canon to establish continuity. We're saying that's not canon, this is canon, this is Legends. It's not saying this is canon, Legends suck. No, this is canon because we're establishing the events we're working with, right? We can't talk about something that happened in Revan or Fatal Alliance and be like, see, now that plays into canon books. Like, that's just not working. That's why we have to distinguish between the two. We'll talk about Legends too. We'll talk about Legends continuity, although there's a lot of like continuity things that don't fit with each other. So
yeah,
it's less of a continuity and more of like a category, so to speak. And that was the reason for those tiers of canon in the old days with Leland Chi. It wasn't the fact that EU was canon. It was different canons according to their tier. So people were like, oh, it was still canon. It was just like Legends canon. It was like, well, that's what they meant by that. There were different canons.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is it's not canon.
What's that meme?
Gotcha.
Like, no, it's canon. No, to you. To you. To you.
The only canon that mattered was the only canon that mattered was G canon. That was George Lucas canon.
Yeah.
And then like all of the EU stories, whether they were books, comics, or games, they were different canons, but they were just Leland Chi just described them as like different tiers of canon. But everyone thought that was like level of importance in canon. But no, G canon was the Bible. Everything else was a different canon based off of G.
Yeah, and I mean the way I just always say it is it's like the Fox X-Men movies. They're great movies, but if you're doing an MCU rewatch, you don't have to watch them
at all.
You know,
not a diss to them.
Arguably,
and Logan is great. Logan is better than anything in the MCU.
And I think X2 is fantastic. I love X2.
Yeah. And you know, and that's like Plagueis and Darth Bane. You're like, they're amazing books, and I wish I could talk about Legends so much more, but like it attracts the wrong crowd right now, and that's why I'm really excited that these are being re-released, because I want more people to get into Legends, because half of the people that quote from it haven't actually read it. is what I've found, but they use it to throw it at people, and I'm like, that wasn't in that book. They're like, okay, but I mean, especially Old Republic, I think a lot more people need to experience that story, and I think we can get, you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
it's still my favorite
awesome
era
stuff
of all Star Wars. Like, when people call me a sequel defender, I'm like, bro, Old Republic is like where I live. Rent-free.
Don't test me, bro. I will destroy you. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's High Republic. When it comes to all of Star Wars, Old Republic is where I live. So, like, don't put me in there, like, just because, you know, I'm speaking rationally about the sequels. It's like,
this is my domain, homie. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's why it always makes
Yeah.
me laugh whenever they get on the whole Great Jedi thing, because it's like,
Yeah.
bro, trust me, dude. I've seen every story. I've seen every character that allegedly was a Great Jedi. Like, trust me, dude. I know as much about this myth as you do. I'll tell you about yourself, homie. It's perfectly
also,
fine.
I gotta shout out B Dazzler. I am not understanding how to play KOTOR at all, but I am still enjoying it. So
That's the
if
right
you
way to
don't,
play it.
They are changing. They are changing the mechanics. They did confirm.
Yes. But yes, if you don't follow B Dazzler already, please do, and also check out part of the _ game. But she's been playing it on her Twitch, which is _ B Dazzler. I think there's 2 underscores.
No, it's B__ Dazzler.
Okay. Yes.
She's still fun on Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter.
Brooke is just the best, and also also check out the Far Away Factory. She makes awesome stuff. Made this incredible BD1. It's beautiful. Check out her. I don't know. Brooke is just the best at just being the best.
Ooh, just had a thought though. Like, shout out to Chris and Beth. I would play the hell out of like a Phoenix Wright Star Wars game. Just court cases in Star Wars. That would be dope. Or like maybe like an arbitration game for the Jedi Order.
Ooh.
Just
Yeah.
everything.
Maybe
Maybe like a Leighton game too. Like, we need detective stories more in Star Wars.
Star Wars Law and Order. Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of the don, it's the pss, pss, or something like that. Lightsabers and something. I don't know.
Special Coruscant unit.
Yeah. On the levels of 1313.
Yeah, 13.
Crimes are considered especially heinous. Directed by Dick Wolf. Bro, you know Dick Wolf would totally jump on that too. If Lucasfilm was like, yo, you should do this corny ass Law and Order Star Wars, then he'd be like, I'm in. It's like
Oh my god.
complete with the cheesy intro. It needs the cheesy intro. The black and white, gray, what is it, sepia colored, like
Oh man. I mean, while we're kind of talking about that, we also have the continuation of Trail of Shadows is coming. You know, we need to get more into that story. It's High Republic story. I highly recommend jumping into it after you've finished Rising Storm. But yeah, if you ever want to see like a private investigator and a Jedi detective go on a mission together to solve something crazy going on, like yes, definitely jump into this book.
He was about to spoil it, where he was like, to solve something.
I object. No, but we mentioned, because we mentioned Queen's Hope and Brotherhood already, but we also have Padawan, which is Obi-Wan as a Padawan, going on a mission and finding other Force sensitive kids and doing stuff. We have Midnight Horizon, which is about to drop. We have there's an untitled Star Wars Hunters middle grade novel. So the game Hunters that I mentioned before, which is like Star Wars Overwatch, is like an arena hero battler. One of the characters we actually got to meet in Crimson Dawn is getting its own book. We also have Stories of Jedi and Sith, which is, we got to see some of the titles. We know this is going to be like an anthology thing, and there's stories from every era of Jedi and Sith, including there's a story about Rey in there as well. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to function, if we're going to get some nuggets afterwards, or if, I don't know. There's a lot. And we have Shadow of the Sith.
More Sith lore, please.
More Sith lore, but I believe Shadow of the Sith, if I'm not mistaken, is the Luke Skywalker and Lando book of them traveling around the galaxy looking for Ochi. So how do those, any of those hit you? Any of those sound super interesting? What are you thinking?
I'm always interested in more Ochi. I've always found him an intriguing character. As somebody who wasn't the biggest fan of Rise of Skywalker. I was intrigued by the character of Ochi. I do want to see more of them.
I recommend Vader 2020 then. If you're not,
I do need to get back into it.
He's a big part of that run for sure.
Yeah. I just
That's
read
the one where Vader has a bunch of visions and stuff, right? Like Mustafar, or is that the other one? There's so many Vader.
There's stuff that happens in Mustafar.
Yeah,
Okay, alrighty, all right, cool, gotcha.
But that
what were we gonna say,
that
Camilla?
one is before. That one's after Empire and before Return.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
No, I was just say I read the I think it's Vader 19 or 18. Is that? I think it's 19. That's part of the Crimson Reign stuff. That's something else that I'm really excited about.
Oh,
Just
the
more
Vader that's
Crimson
yeah,
Reign.
that's still 2020. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one where it begins with like which Vader there's like so many. I have the first one, the first series of it, 2015. That's like when he meets Dr. Aphra and all that. That's like a classic one.
Right.
Then there's the one where it opens with like what happens right after he screams no and Palpatine like electrocutes him. It's like right after Revenge of the Sith, pretty much. I have most of that one. There's another one, Vader 2020. Okay, gotcha. Damn,
And
there's
that's and that one
Vader
starts. That starts right when Luke drops off in Cloud City, and we get my favorite Vader reaction. He's just like, oh. It's
like really?
Oh,
I blew it.
This guy is so goddamn extra.
You can
Like,
have
I
another
get it.
hand, Luke. Why?
Yeah, like imagine him going like this, and then Luke falls, and he's like,
Okay, yeah. Just walked away without saying a word. All right, I'll be right back. Yeah.
What's wrong with the Skywalker, man?
I also ask, why didn't Vader just go like catch him? He's like, nope, not today, bitch.
Maybe he was shocked that he actually did it. Like maybe he really thought, like, okay, like he's gonna at least like get off this ledge, right? And he just drops. And he's like, maybe, because his reaction is somebody like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like it's like he legitimately didn't anticipate him going. And you're like, okay, all right, that is my son. Damn.
My headcanon is he was laughing in the suit. He's just like,
Vader goes back. All you hear under his suit is starts talking to him in the Force. Hey, yo,
and he
Luke,
had,
you
he had to
good,
mute-
man?
He had to mute real fast, and that's why.
He goes, oh. That's funny. That's my new headcanon. He legitimately had no idea. Like,
oh
dude.
man. So there's also something I kind of want to bring up, because there's a children's book that's coming out, because we have Midnight Horizon that's coming out as part of this final portion of the first. I keep getting waves, and this is wave 3 of section 1. But yeah, there's like a kid's book that's called The Battle for Starlight that I might have to get.
Might.
It's the Burry one, right?
Yeah.
Because he's been the star of like all of the children's books.
He's been a star of all of them. And just looking at the cover of it is something I feel like we need to see. I feel like it needs to be addressed. And so if anyone is unaware of the cover, let me
I think I know which one you're talking about. And if it's the one I think you're talking about, I'm very intrigued by it too. I was like, oh wow. Like, oh God.
Like, say what you will about it. You shouldn't sleep on youth readers or children's books.
Yeah.
If it's Star Wars, it's Star Wars. The vocabulary and the reading level, of course, will be easier and lighter, but you still get the story and you still get the Star Wars experience.
Yeah.
I always recommend it all.
Such a cool cover.
Look, I need to know. I need to know. Also, I think I speak. I can confidently speak for everyone here when I say, "Hi, Fern."
Oh,
we got a Fern in the chat. Always got to shout out Fern. Yeah, I don't know. There's just It's tough. It's tough right now because there's so much. Like I just feel tired. All like, what's coming out next? Oh man, like it's a good tired because I generally enjoy jumping into all this stuff. But like, man, there's been a lot of stuff.
I
Go ahead.
Don't.
No, I was just gonna say I feel like the High Republic helped people get more excited about new canon releases coming out. Like I feel like there might not have been as much hype for Brotherhood and Queen's Hype and Padawan without what the High Republic has done for just Star Wars publishing in general.
Yeah. Can we also say shout out to Darth Man 86? If you're not already following him, go do it. He's less than 70 away from 1K. And yeah, Geek Life is his game. And we want to give him the ability to go live,
Yeah, go follow him.
Okay, so the last thing I wanted to touch on, because there's a couple of reference books. Like one was Art of Star Wars Visions. I love the Art of books, just in general. We get like this cool little window, and I think Art of Visions is probably going to be especially awesome. There's a book called The Tiny Book of Legendary Women. There's the Jedi Pocket Expert, but there's two books. One called Star Wars I Am Your Father, and one's called Star Wars Be More Obi-Wan, and both of those are self-help Star Wars books.
Yeah.
Have we reached this level? Like it's a
No,
I Am Your Father is a parenting book through the lens of Star Wars, which is not bad. I mean, but it exists. You know what I mean? It's something I didn't.
This has always been a thing. And give me a second, and I'll reach into my library.
I think I know the one he's pulling out.
It's gonna be good. I like the Be More Obi-Wan one. That one sounds cute.
Mm-hmm.
Jedi Pocket Expert, Tiny Book of Legendary Women.
Yeah. I didn't know it was a thing. But I mean, I'm happy it's here. I'm just like, I'm cautiously curious. I do think we could all be a little more Obi-Wan.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I got this because I had Yoda on the cover, but it is actually just like therapy. There's a whole bunch of like quotes from Qui-Gon, quotes from Yoda, quotes from everyone in Star Wars that just deals with all kinds of things like release, turning off autopilot. It's just self-help books. It was new to me last year, but I guess new to you right now.
Yeah. I did not know that existed until just before this. So
for emotional times.
There's actually
I need that right now.
There was actually another one
I was gonna pull out.
I thought you were gonna pull out the Be More Yoda one.
Oh,
isn't there a Be More Yoda book? Like Be More Obi-Wan, but it's Yoda?
I don't have that one, but I'll get that one.
Did I make that up?
This is my favorite one.
See the bigger picture.
Aw.
I like it. That's cool.
I remember when I remember a couple of years ago I had like a little bit of a bout with anxiety. I was starting a new job and it was a rough couple of months, probably from like September until about November 2019-ish area. And I remember like the one thing that like would give me kind of peace was like my mom gave me like this Star Wars themed book where it talked about like real life quotes across like a whole bunch of different religions and stuff like that. Like, but they analyzed it from the lens of like Star Wars characters. I was like, at first I was like, what is this? But like they'd give me like it would be like a scripture from like the Quran, but like they would analyze it in a way that like Yoda would interpret. I was just like, bro, what interesting. And I remember there were a few that I actually really like. I wish to God I could find it. I can't find it to save my life. But like I'm talking about this reminded me. I was like, oh damn! Like whatever happened to that thing? I think I read through it like so many times, and it helped me a lot. It helped me through some pretty tumultuous periods of time. So I think Star Wars and self-help, like I think it works pretty well, especially for if you love the franchise like I do, and you're going through it. Like, if you need Yoda to tell you it's going to be okay, then I think that more the perfect, So
I started doing content with this book too, and I stopped, and I kind of like need to continue with it. I'm just like, okay, what's troubling you today, Padawan? And then just turn to a random page. Oh, for difficult choices. Do you have a choice that is putting you into turmoil?
Yeah.
And then I'll read that section. Content.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Always making content.
It's all content.
Do it for the content.
Right.
Big Dad said, I love the Star Wars books that are like Calvin and Hobbes style illustrations. Those are adorable. I used to get them for my friends who had kids, to make sure that the kids grew up right. My friend, her in the kids' room, the wall was painted with blackboard paint, so you can draw it with chalks. And then someone came over and drew a big Darth Vader, and it was perfect and beautiful. And it was Darth Vader with a lightsaber, and it says, "You are unwise to lower your weapon." And at first, her daughter was afraid of it, and the parents were like, "No, it's too good. You just got to get used to it." and now
rub some dirt in that, son. You'll be all right.
I do want to answer Darth Man's question. How many books do I really own for Star Wars? Not a lot physically, but I have over 400 on my Kindle. So they're all different types of books too.
Nice.
I have like $300 worth of audiobooks. I read it all, man.
That's where it's at now. I mean, a lot of it lives on Kindle just because like shelf space is limited, but also like I have my tablet with me at all times, so I can bring my entire library with me.
Yeah, and I drive everywhere. I mean, I go to work and stuff, so it's like, even though my commute isn't ideal, it's like, well, you know what? If I'm gonna get in this car at 5 a.m. for an hour and 15 minutes, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna listen to a chapter of this, and it's like, might as well,
Yeah,
gives me a certain peace.
The best thing for me when it comes to audiobooks is that feeling when you're stuck in traffic and you're like, good.
Literally.
You have that moment where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, thank God, I won't get home before this chapter ends.
Your Waze updates. You'll be home in 2 hours. You're like, well, and all you hear is, this Audible is presented by Audible.com. Audible.
We listen at
Long time
8.5x
in a
so
galaxy
Yeah. I am definitely guilty of having spat it when I was like trying to get through as many canon books as possible, and I was like, I'm running out of time and I'm competitive, so I need to try and get as many. I was definitely listening to some of these books on 2 speed, and then when I like slow down, I'm like, this is way too slow, I have to speed it up.
You can't go back. And at first I was like 1.6, but now I'm at 2.5 speed, and I can't go slower than that because now it's too slow. And I'm like,
in the beginning, it's like a long time ago, guys.
I'll tell you one that's absolutely worth listening to at normal speed. I know I'm crazy, and I know I've said this several hundred times, but I implore you guys to listen to the Darth Plagueis audiobook, because it's voiced by the guy who plays the butler, Niles, in The Nanny, Daniel Davis, and he does a phenomenal job. Like, the opening chapter, like, will make you like just become like wake up in the Star Wars universe. Like, the moment he goes, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I was just like, oh, okay.
Shout out to Chase Forward into the Black. I'd love a book narrated by Attenborough.
yeah.
The rebellion was very old, about 25,000 years old.
I want a book narrated by Gilbert Gottfried, but I don't think that's going to happen.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far. I turned that shit off so quick. Holy hell. For my ears bleed.
Given emergency powers.
Penguin Random House Audio.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, no.
I
Or
love
McConaughey,
it.
we can gloss over those ashes.
Oh man, no, I love it. Thank you guys so much for coming out and just vibing. This was like a relaxed stream where we got to talk about.
Where we lost
Well,
Mace.
I'm alive.
I was like,
I guess
Wow.
my computer didn't like the Godfried impersonation. I'm sorry. I won't do.
And his computer
and his
oh,
computer
no.
didn't like it again.
didn't like that either.
he
Like,
clipped.
don't you be calling me out, sir.
Yeah, like I don't like. I'm in this picture and I don't like it, Josh.
His audio
anyway.
clipped so hard that it just overloaded the computer.
Yeah.
Awesome. I mean, yeah. Once again, thank you guys for coming out. We're getting towards the end. We'll do a little send off, but I mean, I gotta ask each and every one of you. You know what are we gonna see out of your guys' awesome content going forward? You know, what do you guys have anything big planned for 2022? Any goals you want to share with us? Any of that type of thing. And also, if you have any final thoughts and where we can find you, your amazing content, once again. And I will start with my boy Josh here.
Sure. Well, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. I'm glad I got home in time. And this was a good lift of my spirits. I had a pretty rough day today, so I do appreciate you guys making this therapy session work for me. I appreciate it. Very, very cathartic. You guys can find me on every major social media with the same tag. It's all Mesa Windu. It's just easier that way. I want my biggest goal of this year. I want to get to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. I think I want to make a really big jump in YouTube content. As much fun as I have on TikTok, as entertaining as it is, and as much of a really awesome fan base there is on TikTok, especially in the Star Wars community, I think YouTube is something that I've always kind of gravitated towards. So eventually I want to start regularly making content on there. I just started recently again. I made like a Where is Commander Cody video that I was pretty proud of. But yeah, that's my goal. And like in terms of TikTok content, just to keep doing what I've been doing. I keep trying to like set too broad of a goal. Like I'm like, oh, I want to do this and that. And then I'm like, I'm going to be a Star Wars content creator. I might talk about lore one day. I might just make skits another day. It'll be based on how I'm feeling. I'm not going to be married to any particular thing. It's just what I do. I entertain, and that's
your skits are top tier.
Seriously,
I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
So good.
Also,
I laugh every time.
we're overdue for another rap battle.
Oh, true. I'm telling
I'm
you,
okay getting bodied by you.
You
each time.
you
It's
did
okay.
you did amazing, Chaco. You did amazing. That's why they keep asking you to come back. But
I felt mine was underappreciated. I rapped in Yoda syntax. That's hard.
No,
I thought it was good.
It was good.
I thought it was really good. but like that. But like when I make skits and stuff like that, it's not like me waking up one morning and going at 5 o'clock I'm gonna make this skit and it's gonna be like it's me like watching a movie or something and I hear a sound and I'm like, I wonder if that's on TikTok, or I'll be like, ooh, I wonder if I could turn this into something like a real life scenario and turn it into a Star Wars scenario, and then like I blink. Sometimes I post them before I go to bed and I wake up the next morning and see how they do. It's like, oh, okay, cool. It's pretty much my crazy ass sense of humor, but I do appreciate you guys having me on. Camilla, it was nice talking to you again.
You as well.
Always a pleasure. And may the force be with you always.
Yeah, last time you were on was the music episode with.
It's been a
Camilla
while,
and
man. It's
Xanthe.
been a while.
That's
Was
good
it
times.
before Visions? Was it before Visions came out?
I think it was because I had just come back from vacation.
It
And
was
that was
a
in the
long
summer.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Chaco I used to be like not a regular, but like I used to be like on there every 5 episodes or something.
Yeah,
Now it's like,
what? And that's why I was like, I got. Man, where's for Josh been? Like,
I
I
always tell you guys, I'm like, hey man, if you ever want, I don't know if I could ever be like a regular guy, but like I'm more than happy if you need an extra body or something like that. I'm more than happy to, even if I don't know what I'm talking about, I just sit there and look stupid for an hour and a half.
I can't.
I
say,
agree.
I can't say this. We have a whole bunch of regulars on Dyad, but it's a tricky act to balance regulars with trying to introduce new people to the community. So it's always like, who do we bring back, and like, are there any new creators that we should invite? And so it's always like a balancing act.
Yeah. So we also got Vanessa in the chat here for 2022. I don't know if you follow Vanessa. Amazing art. Definitely check out her stuff. Yeah, I mean, to what Element was saying, the other thing is, I know I've had people be like, you've never asked me to come on, and that's because you haven't made like such like niche content that I'm like, I have to have you on for this topic. I don't know what topic to have you on for. I mean, this is just me talking to the chat. So if there are things you want to come on for, let me know. Like, I will absolutely be getting St. Pat on for Parallels of Star Wars History. I can't wait. And also, Pat, if you have more ideas of other people to bring on, that would be awesome. I know we have some more history buffs around, but yeah, that'll absolutely happen.
I was a major. It was my major in college. It's pretty cool.
All right. So
Nice.
episode planned. You're a history major. And also, I think AJ, Jedi Star Killer, also is a big history dude. So we'll see if we can get that together. Also, I had where did the comment go? Well, the Jedi Ninja is going to be doing more stuff. He's a lightsaber guy, but he also streams on YouTube and does some other cool stuff. He also says, don't forget to like the stream and follow everyone. So if you're not following everyone, please do. And give the stream a like, please. I appreciate it. How about you, Pep?
Yeah, you can follow me on TikTok _element7_. Same thing on Twitter. I'm more sassy on Twitter if you wanna get down with that. But in terms of like future content, so on TikTok for short form, it's relatively going to be the same thing that I've been doing, lore and answering questions, and sometimes talking about things that need to be explained further. I've been kind of going back to the TLJ Luke thing simply because the question keeps arising, and I'll keep answering it as many times as the question is asked.
But every time you answer, it gets better and better. So I love the evolution of the answers.
It's because like the context and the information at my disposal gets better and better with more like books that come out. I just love the publishing for Star Wars now. It's in a great place. In terms of long form content, this the Echoes of the Past is the next chapter is going to be released very, very soon. St. Pat is almost done with this chapter, and we're kind of like working on like revamping and like kind of optimizing the workflow around that so that he's not burdened with a whole bunch of art, and we can get these chapters released more expeditiously. And as for like something to whet your guys' appetite, I am speaking with a filmmaker to do live action adaptations of some chapters from Echoes of the Past.
Hey, okay.
So that's
So
something
ready.
to look forward to.
Awesome.
The first one that we were talking about in terms of like, pre-development was Finn's Kyber Crystal in the cave arc. And it's gonna be fun. We'll see what happens with that one. Still in the talking phase, but it's something that I'm excited about. And I think I'll speak for Chaco on this, and he'll probably elaborate further on it too. But we're also planning to do some more like D&D stuff as well as DMs and as participants. If you loved Voyage of Destruction with Jedi Smark or Malik as our DM, more of that is coming as well. And yeah, just a whole broader range of content, long form wise, with tabletops, visual mediums, and on all of the things. So yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
I also wanted to add on, like, I plan on going to the West Coast at some point this year. So if any of you guys are also in that area or plan on being in that area, either if it's Star Wars Celebration, which I do plan on going to if it's still possible this year for me, or just a random day, I plan on going over there, this like the LA area. So if you guys are in the area, I'm more than happy to meet up with you guys and chill, grab a drink or something.
Yeah, me and Camilla
Heck
are
yeah.
down. We're in the LA area. Chaco's the one that needs to.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a trek, but yeah, I
I
had
am too. I'm
my
across the country.
He'll meet you. He'll meet you here. Then
Sounds good.
He'll
He'll
start
get there at the
driving when you
same
leave.
time as me.
Exactly.
no, well,
I mean,
if you guys want
depending
the
on
full
traffic.
story, if you want the full story on it, check out Diet and the Force this upcoming weekend. But yeah, we got to hang out. Myself, Element, Camilla, and Xanthi all got to
Good
meet up,
group.
play a little bit of Pokemon Go with just me and Xanthi. And just yeah, it was good times. But yeah, we'll share the whole story there.
Awesome.
But yeah, come out, let us know. And yeah, it'll be awesome. But last but certainly not least, we have Camilla.
Yes, well, thank you again for having me and for asking me to join. Brian mentioned this earlier in the chat. It said, I hope this lifted Camilla's mood today. And it did. I was in a little sad of a mood. And yes, this definitely brightened my mood today. So thank you for having me. Places you can find me. You can find me on TikTok. Personal is Boricua Wookie. Open Circle Fleet for some wonderful chaos and Bad Batch, or excuse me, soon to be Bad Batch support group again, but Book of Boba Fett support group right now. And then, and then my narrative podcast, Beings of the Galaxy, as well. Instagram, Beings of the Galaxy Pod, and wherever pods are streaming. Goals in terms of TikTok specifically, I don't know if I necessarily have any like TikTok goals. I think I just like keep creating. I like my biggest priority, I think, is to always be uplifting and make positive content, but specifically about like women in Star Wars, and whether it's stories of like the female characters, but then also like diving more into some of the women behind the scenes and how awesome they are. It's like my favorite. The shows that I'm most looking forward to are the ones that have women in positions of power running it. Acolyte, Bad Batch, Obi-Wan Kenobi, at the top there, and then Rogue Squadron, Patty Jenkins as well. So yeah, just continuing to uplift female voices within the Star Wars community. And then long form content, Beings of the Galaxy season 2. We don't have a release date yet for that, but that will be 2022 sometime. I need to chat with my editor Wafa and talk a little bit more. But if you haven't yet, check out 12 episodes season 1 are now streaming and feature the majority of the episodes are Star Wars creators as well, so you'll definitely recognize some voices in there.
I would like to nominate Josh if you're ever looking for another voice, but I would also nominate Chaco for coming back for future voices. I had a blast, so thank you.
I had actually like a request for Camilla, if you could write an episode of Yoda wherever he is in the galaxy, because he is a being in the galaxy, but he's also nowhere to be found in most stories. So like just somewhere, like he's off on like a remote planet and he's just meditating and he's like talking to just some like normal person and just having a normal conversation.
There's a world what I've been trying to do with Things of the Galaxy is trying to keep it more very original. Like all of the characters are all original characters that I've created, and all of the stories are original stories, and so I try to like keep it as far away from actual canon as possible. But there's definitely a way to do it where like again he's talking to like it's from the perspective of a regular person. I mean we could talk about it if you wanted to write it and come on, and we could like co-write it, or you could write it, voice it. We could talk about this for sure.
That's what I know. That's actually how I write like my fan fiction sometimes. Like I'll make my little I'll make it in the Star Wars universe, and like it won't be like intertwined with the main story, but like there will always be moments where you kind of like led to believe that like it's connected in
Right.
some way. Like
Yeah.
Yoda talked to him at one point. Like Darth Vader came into contact with. It's like I lost my mind writing fan fiction in college. I was just like, I did everything but study. Like it was insane. It was insane. Like
That's-
it could have hired me for Lucasfilm. It's insane.
Kind of like when like moments where like Thane dances with Princess Leia and
Yes.
Lost Stars, and like
Exactly.
you don't have to reconnect after that, but yeah, it's always there.
That's definitely the direction I was like proposing. Like, it would be an episode about that normal person, and you wouldn't even like mention Yoda, right? But the voice that's talking to him comes back as Yoda, and it's just like, hey.
Do you know somebody who could do a Yoda impression? I don't think I know anybody who could do a Yoda impression.
Are you like
I'm
smoking right
full
now?
on
No,
joking.
I think she's looking for someone to do it.
Looking.
Yeah. There you go.
Found
There's
someone you
Yoda.
have. I was like,
Lost Stars is so. I'm sorry. I'm still on Lost Stars. Lost Stars is such a good book. I love Lost Stars so much. It's
So good.
adorable.
So good.
It is amazing. Also, side note, I haven't even mentioned this to Pep yet, but we might be interviewing the person who created the producer for the fan film, just The Distant Echo, and that's the one where they it flashes in between all of the different eras, including Legends of Star Wars. They reached out to me after the last episode of The High Ground, where I reviewed fan films, and so yeah, they wanted to come on and talk, as long as it's not live, but an interview
that's
that
fair.
we can bring up.
That's awesome.
it could be pre-recorded.
Yeah. But anyhow, super excited for this year. I wanted to shout out the Podwans podcast. They're going to be doing more clips of their awesome stuff, which is always hilarious. I need to do more clips. I need to do some clips. I don't do any. And trying to get smaller accounts to 1K, and that's an awesome goal. I'd love to help be a part of that. So I'll start. If you tag me in them, I'll do them when you guys do them, because we want to get more positive Star Wars creators to the forefront. That's the goal. The rising tide raises all ships. Thank you guys very much for joining, and may the Force be with you always.